What's going on, fellas? This is Sir Studmuffin, leader of Affliction, and I'd be lying if I said this was a good video, but it's gonna be kind of a depressing video. So, we actually are gonna lose a war. We're probably gonna lose by percentage points, and it happens. I talked about it in my last video. I kind of knew, I had a feeling a little bit. Um, and that doesn't mean that we didn't try. We aren't strong enough, and we got a little bit overmatched. They have two more Town Hall 9 on us. That's totally fine. I'm not making excuses. We didn't execute top. I didn't execute, and a lot of our Town Hall 9s didn't. I don't think anyone 6-starred with Town Hall 9s. I think we had very few 3-stars, a lot of 2-stars, stuff like that. So probably not going to be that heavy of a replay video just because it wasn't a good war for us. But as you can see, 39-39, but we're going to lose this by percentage. It was a last-minute call. We went for the 2-star instead of the 3-star. And it came down to the fact that our roster is not as strong as we need it to be to win a close war like this. That sounds rough, but it's true. And I think I can show that real quickly just by going through here. Right, so, our 15 hit it okay. Obviously, that's Killer Cool Mini, and, he can pull his weight now that he has dragons. My mini, they had a Town Hall 8 on us. They had a Town Hall advantage on us. I'm not going to sit here and lie. I had to attack Town Hall 8. Didn't work. That Town Hall 8 had 3 air D. Ali struggled again. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little skeptical to put him in the arranged war, but we're gonna give one more try. And if he doesn't do too well, he's probably gonna be sitting a few wars. That's just in all honesty. We're gonna let FP kind of relax a bit because I know Art does not want him in war. Jim did well though, so he will be definitely in the arranged war. Cruel did well. Some of our Town Hall 8s did well in Team 3 and like Upper Team 3, but at the same time, their Town Hall 8s weren't that strong. KK had a good 3-star on Town Hall 8, but he had Attack of Town Hall 9, pretty rough. We had a rough Go-Ho attack on Town Hall 9 from Town Hall 8, just didn't work out. He did get a Town Hall 9, like one of their Town Hall 9s, but it was like brand new. That was kind of interesting. Arctic struggled on a cleanup, as you saw earlier, but he did get the 3-star after, so that was good. King Cam had a 97% 1-star. Basically ran out of time. Wasn't that? It was pretty easy base, but we couldn't get that base done, and that played a huge role. He had a pretty rough first attack. It happens. Same thing with Alejandro. Kind of a rough. We had a lot of rough first attacks. I had a rough first attack. I should have 3-starred my attack. The cleanup definitely should have been 3-starred. That was rough. I failed due to like a heal. Alejandro's second attack, he ran out of time. Reza did really well second attack, and he had a very close percent 2-star. Reza's doing very well. I'm happy with him. The story here though is like right here. Get 1-star of a Town Hall 9. I'm not calling out people, but that is a big thing that we can't have. And I didn't produce. Tim didn't produce. We needed Danny to produce, but Danny doesn't have the troops for it either, and so he needs to be sitting for a little bit until he gets stronger. That's just the honest answer. So as I talked about, you can look at our defenses. They got 68 on me, 67 on Danny, 90 on Tim, which is pretty crazy. They hit. I said they were going to cap out at 38, but I was not thinking that they would 3-star Arctic, and they got him. So I may or may not actually show that. He's there's no way I'm letting him war with that base again. I know he's a Town Hall 8-5, but getting 3-starred by this clan is like 90. Their record's terrible, like 91-74, and getting 3-starred by a go wipe attack. That's not. That's another reason that we lost. So there were a lot of reasons that we lost, but I will. It's not all bad. I think people learned a lot from this. I'm disappointed. I won't lie, but it is what it is, and it happens. And we're kind of focused now here on this arranged war, but we are going to be changing up kind of our roster a bit because we had a lot of rough attacks. It was a wake up call for me, just in the fact that there's a lot of people that don't need to be in war. That's just the honest answer. If your troops aren't ready, you don't need to be in war. It doesn't matter how much you try. So, we were a little bit short for what we go for, which is a 10-1. But I'd be lying if I said we were a great war clan right now. We're just not. We're not consistent Town Hall 9, but we'll get there. We're practicing, and that's what's important. And so, it's been a long week for me. Um, I'm proud of the fight that we had, but when it came down to it, we had some attacks that definitely had some errors in kind of the fundamentals, and that's not good. So those people definitely need to sit too. We have some newer guys. We have some people that have never been in a serious war clan, stuff like that. It's all part of the game. You win some, you lose some. These guys aren't good, and we should have won. They got one of our Town Hall 9s though, and that's what killed us. And we didn't get enough of their Town Hall 9s. We did get overmatched, but it happens. And they didn't cheat. It was all legitimate. I didn't suspect any X mods. Just the fact that they got more percentage than we did, and sometimes you can't show up to every game on your A game, and you win some, you lose some, like I said in the how to leadership video. So what this video is kind of, you're gonna here. I'll speed this up a little bit. He did 3 star space, so a nice attack. I'm not gonna talk about it too much. I'll just let you kind of look at it. But so what do you do now? What happens when you lose? So when you lose, you can't really take it too hard, right? If you take it too hard, there's not going to be a lot of people. If you change a lot of things, you're just not going to get the results you need. They're saying unless they lose, it's over. I'm sorry, guys. We lost. And don't try and sugarcoat it. We just lost. So you just take the loss, and it sucks, but it happens. It's part of life. I'm not gonna sit here and give you a lecture on life. But sometimes you don't succeed, and how you take those losses is important. So what are we gonna do? Well, first off, we need more consistent Town Hall 9s. So we're going to be sitting some people that have been struggling, and that's why I keep the War Clan teams to see. So how have you been doing? How are our guys doing? We're going to give some guys a new chance. Some of our new guys a chance, and see how they do. Some of the guys aren't unbanned, but I think I'm going to take a risk. And 2 losses in a row would really suck for us. I'm not going to sit here and lie, but if we do happen to lose 2, it's a part of the game, and it sounds like my attitude has changed a lot. It kind of has, but I understand that it's better for the clan to kind of stick through the bad and kind of just get over it instead of trying to be perfect. People will get better. People will get higher. We're not used to having this many Town Hall 9s, but I enjoy it. And we don't have people that are as strong as we're used to. We're just not. We lost to a Go Wipe clan, and that sounds kind of weird to me, but it happens. So I'd be lying if I said any of our attacks were flawless, because they definitely weren't. This attack is getting down to it, petering out. But he does have just enough time, and that was nice to see. I like to see, some of our guys 3-star. I should have 3-starred my attack. There's always the game where you kind of say, "Oh, I could have done this," or "I should have done that," or, all this other stuff. But in the end, you didn't. And that also sounds a little bit harsh, but it's true. And so you just take it like a grain of salt and learn. Practice attack, get better, Don't get discouraged. If your troops are low, understand that they are, and that you don't need to be in war. And if it's like that, then you just need to focus on farming and practice attacks. And that's a decision that I kind of need to make for some people. I think people like Danny and Cam that have some of these lower troops and aren't as, I guess, skilled. I mean, that's sounds mean, but I guess that's kind of true. Um, those guys don't necessarily need to be in war, but I think they also realize that. Maybe when I see Danny doing better, I'll definitely put him in war. But for right now, he doesn't need to be on the active roster. He's not proven himself, and he's struggling. And if I'll give Ali like one more chance, and if he keeps doing this, then we'll change the active roster some more. So you got to tweak the active roster, and what I mean by the active roster is the guys that are going to be consistent in war. Yes, you can have guys that'll be in war, once a week or twice a week or something like that. But I'm talking guys that are going to be like consistently in war. And if you're not able to carry your weight, then you don't need to be consistently in war. And that's pretty obvious, right? So it's interesting. I don't think I've ever taken a loss as well, especially not to a clan that's like not like with this record. It kind of sucks, but I've been busy. Um, I'm a little bit more laid back, which is good. And I have other stuff kind of in real life that I'm thinking about. But I still enjoy this game. I understand that there's kind of ups and downs in the game. We lost by percentage at least, and by 1%. Um, Basically by about 16 percentage points on an attack. We actually had it calculated out, and people were very supportive in the end. And I like to see that too. That's a good attitude. You want to have those positive vibes. Um, but people also need to understand that they got to pull their weight too. There needs to be a little bit of a certain pressure. Um, and that's just part of the game. I mean, I have three-starred pretty much every single one of my attacks, or two-starred 10 all 10. And this war I didn't three-star at all. And my three-star, I should have had a three-star. I should have done all this stuff. Don't play that game with yourself though. Just take it as it is. Go with it, but don't play the game that I could have done this, I could have done that, I should have done this, I should have done that, because that just kind of spirals you down into a bad place. Um, and that's not what you want. That's not what you kind of need. You need positive vibes. You need to just say, hey, I didn't do well, but I need to get better, and I will, and I'm gonna practice, and I'm gonna get my heroes up, and I'm gonna do all this other stuff, and I didn't three-star once this war, so I'm gonna be doing practice attacks. Who knows if it's Queen Walk or not? I've been doing that, enjoying that. Um, but like I said, it's part of the game. It's a clan, you know. You win as a clan, you lose as a clan. And when we start off with like, I think it was 24 out of 45 stars, this is expected on first attacks. It's pretty low. And we had fails on 1008s, we had fails on 1009s. It didn't matter. So it is what it is. And we'll kind of show like one more replay. But basically, this is me kind of saying, hey, keep your heads up a little bit, but understand that this is a wake-up call. We need to kick it into gear and win this arranged war. That's really what I want to see. So this is like my video before. If they had like if it was going to be a little more stressful, we already know the results now. But I was going to do what do you do in this situation? Like how do you react when you're pretty close? But I'll save that. But basically, as I said in my video, you gotta have a plan going in. You gotta give your clan the best chance, and not everyone is gonna agree with your decision. Like I told him, you need to hit 1 for 74% because I feel like you have a higher chance of doing that than straight up 3-starring number 8. He hasn't 3-starred since he's been in the clan that I can remember. So why would he start now? and he's been a consistent 2-star attacker. Now he's been a consistent low 2-star attacker, but there's a better chance for him to attack on percentage than there is for him to attack on stars. So that was kind of my decision, and people didn't necessarily agree with it, but it's a decision that you have to make. And I'd rather lose by destruction than by stars. And we only lost by like 1% destruction. And everyone can say, oh, if I would have done this, if I would have done that, like I said. So that's about going to wrap this video up. It's a little depressing, but understand that keep your heads up. Losses happen. Let's win this range war. Let's get this shit done. This is Sir Stud Muffin, leader of affliction, and I'm out. Peace.